So I'm here at Mr. Chris Taylor. He's been fishing the past few days because he just gave me his GoPro to copy some video over, and I saw all the dates. So he's been fishing the past 3 days, a lot of it too. So awesome, man. How you doing out there?
Pretty good. I'm glad to be out there fishing again instead of doing all that working.
Yeah. Well, it's been a hot summer. Everybody were. I mean, it's sweating our butts off.
Well, we can start to see a little cool down in the weather down here. I definitely noticed it today on the football field, sitting there with the wife and the breeze blowing on us. It didn't feel like we were dying.
Yeah.
I really did feel like I didn't even sweat out there hardly at all. So
I did. I took the dog out this morning. The same thing. You know, going out early in the morning, nice breeze, cool, little overcast even in the mornings. But again, it's keeping that nice cool weather, you know, laying over us. Great.
Little overcast.
So how's that working out there in Charlotte Harbor? A little overcast, helping the fish?
To tell you the truth, the times I went out on the water and got that film that you see there, the water was gone. The wind has been blowing out of the northeast. So when the wind blows out of the northeast in our harbor, see ya, bye-bye water. You know, it all goes out and you don't get nothing on it. But so we decided to go back into an area called South Gulf Cove. It's got locks in it so that the water stays a certain height back in there, and there's a lot of good fishing back in there that most people in this town don't know about, but I grew up fishing out there at least 3 times a week with my daddy.
Well, just to show you guys really quick, South Gulf Cove, and I got my cat back here playing around, but if you're up on the north end of the west wall up here, that's where the locks come in. I believe this is the inlet.
That's the basin.
And you know, it goes into Gulf Cove. So if you're on the north or the far north end of the west wall and into the Mayaca up here, that's where you're going to find it.
Yeah, if you put it over at El Jabin, guys, when you come out of the sticks at El Jabin, you're just going to go straight across the Mayaca. The sticks for going into South Gulf Cove are straight across. They're easy to see. It's real close to the bridge. It's a really good nucleus to fish around there because you can always fish around the El Jabin Bridge. I mean, if you're going to go fish around the bridge, just fish the hour before or the hour after the tide change. So that way the current won't be rolling through there so hard that you can't hardly sit still in there. In that time period, you're going to find a lot of your fishing is going to turn on really good, and hope your lunar lines up with it, and you got a game plan.
Very nice, and it also gives you nice protection from the wind, like you said. You get in there and
structure too. It gives you structure for the fish to hold up against. There's a lot of troughs and stuff in there that a lot of people don't know about unless you fished around the bridges for a while. But there's some troughs and holes and stuff in there, and plus obviously the structure of the bridge, the lights at night, which carry a lot of the bait fish. Always got bait fish. There's always tarpon around that bridge too.
Absolutely.
They're always around that thing.
Well, the night fishing under any bright light is incredible. I went out with Bill a couple of times on Ackerman Waterway and Countryman Waterway, and you know, you get into any of these waterways where people have nice bright lights set out on their docks.
You can see them.
And boy, the snooks sit under there and just now, you know, they vary in size. You can get some big ones in there. Usually they're little ones that play in there because the juvies they're bold. You know, they'll go up and play. But it is a lot of fun catching those snook in there.
They tried to make a rule, and I'm sure it probably is a rule here in Charlotte County, like sort of like that catch a tilapia and don't use them for bait rule. Yeah. But they say you're not supposed to fish these lights at nighttime because they're supposed to be protected. You're not supposed to. But I can tell you right now, if anybody's ever fished these lights, only thing you're catching off these lights is juvies. Yeah. The big ones sit back and just watching the kids play. I mean, you will not get a big snook usually or something to hit off of those lights. But those little 20 inchers and 24 inchers, man, they'll fly out there and hit anything. They're just like waiting to pick a fight.
They're fun. Yeah, they are. They're a lot of fun. You know, if you like to fight a jack or something, those juvie snooks fight with a lot of life. And you know, like I said, you never know. There are some big ones laying under there at night. You get to the edge of the light where the big snook are laying, and they're not going to let themselves be seen. And you might get into a big one, excited, and get on one. So they are fun. And we did great. Matter of fact, the water moves so fast through there. I mean, it was an outgoing tide, and Ackerman and Countryman, all that dumps out through Alligator Bay through this one creek system. And is that Snake Creek? I'm not even sure what that's called, but there's one creek that empties out there, and wow, there's a lot of water pulls through there. So
any place where water, like right now, we're getting inundated with water. So any place where that water finds its way back to the waterways, those snook are laid up there ready to feed. They're going to be right in that area. Same with the redfish and all that too, you know.
Well, I even checked. You know, they're doing construction up and down 41 on the bridges here in Port Charlotte. And Bill, you know, he was like, you know, there's some nice fish laid up in there. You ever get a chance, it's a great place to fish because as of water right now, all the water's flowing down, like Chris said, from Price and all the overflow and the sheet flowing. eventually makes its way out to Charlotte Harbor. So a lot of these small creeks that empty out are overflowing the fresh water into the salt, and like you said, the snooks sit there and they lay there and they wait, and whatever washes over.
Snook are feeders, man. If a frog washes out there,
Anything.
a dog washes out there, eat that.
Rats.
It don't matter what washes out there. The snook are gonna pound it. They're aggressive feeders. They lay back and wait, and then anything goes by them, they jump out and feed on it. So,
well, you get into any of these, the creeks and even the piers and canals that have water, with lights on them in the evening, you're going to get nice snook. You get the outflowing tide and flowing through any of those areas, and you're really going to have a lot of fish hitting. So there's a lot of action in there. But now, how'd you guys make out? You went with Colin? Jake.
In the beginning of the week, I went out with a buddy, and we just went out because we hadn't spent much time together. He's my fishing buddy. I mean, we normally do a lot of fishing. Yep. We went into South Gulf Cove, and I noticed that there was a lot of juvenile snook, juvenile reds, and mangrove snapper. We were catching all the way. We didn't film a lot of that. I mean, it was sort of an overcast day, and I really wasn't messing much with the camera. But when we got down into the lake, I said, let's just go ahead and try. We went down there's an inn down in South Gulf Cove that has a big basin in it. Okay, and it's got cattails all along the one edge of it.
Okay, yep.
Well, if you know South Gulf Cove, like I know South Gulf Cove, there's like 3 or 4 places over there where tidal creeks come through from the west wall. And what do I love more than the west wall, guys? I mean, I love the west wall.
Sure.
So that's my west wall extension being back in South Gulf Cove. When there's no water, I can go back in there and I can still have, if you were to take bait fish or shrimp back in there with your kid or something, it's a nice calm, no a lot of beating wind. You might have an occasional speedboat going by out there messing around out there, but for the most part you're being left alone back in there. It's just great fishing. A lot of nice fish.
Very nice. Yeah, I actually remember going out there and fishing when I was a teenager. We used to throw spoons out there when they first opened the area up, and lady fish and tarpon, little juvie tarpon all over the place in there. But it is nice fishing. Now, you guys, you said you got snapper now. What were you using? Are you using jigs? Or
well, we were using jigs at that point in time and suspension baits, and we were getting the ladyfish and the small juvie snook and stuff. But my buddy seen this snook cruising the bank, and he asked me, he said, do you see that? I said, I see it, because my new glasses, I'm telling you what, I see it. And he beat me to the punch. He flipped his jerkbait up there, gave it one twitch, and this thing exploded on it. And thank you, because man, oh man, I've been waiting to eat one of these snook. It's now, once you see the tape, it's been almost a month went by, and we haven't put one on the table yet. And
there hasn't really been that slot size haven't been coming in. Now, I've seen some huge ones coming in. I've seen little ones. I'm watching Facebook. I watch it like a hawk.
Exactly.
And the people that are posting and even the big shot local captains that are out there every day beating on it. I mean, they're still getting. It's hard to get in that slot. I think the state of Florida figured it out. Exactly how to keep you out of the snook.
Well, you know what, guys? What it really amounts to. This is the month when they allow us to go back to snook fishing, that they move from the beaches all the way back to their hunts. So they're going to go back up to creeks. It's getting time to get cold, so these snook are going to start moving from Boca Grande.
I want to show you
They're going to move back up the Mayaca, back to Peace. They're going to go up on the Mayaca Cutoff. They're going to go in all these little areas where they can get up in a little creek and feed on crabs and crustaceans and mullet and things of that nature for the next 6 months. So they're making their migration. That's why they're hard to find, because normally snook are patterned creatures. They sit on the corners and they wait for the current to change and they feed. So that's just their nature. Now they're moving. They got their suitcases packed and they're all going. They're eating along the way. So I've just noticed that they're not really grouped up right now. But one thing about it, I don't know if we mentioned that on our show last time about going up the Peace River. The tarpon up the Peace River, you can walk on them right now.
Yeah, they're huge.
It's just, it's a phenomenon. I don't think anybody has ever seen anything like this. They're thicker than they've ever been in Boca Grande Pass as far as my visual eyes. I mean, they're just everywhere.
Yeah.
So from Harbor Heights all the way up, it's just solid packed. Go out and have fun, drag a little bait behind you, take some of these Daniels deceivers out and see what the heck happens, folks.
Well, I'll tell you, I went up with Bill it's been about 3 weeks now, and we went way north of the trusses up the Peace River. I've never been that far up there. and we were using, he tied on, I think the 202, and I was using the 206. And I mean, very first cast, got a snook. And you know, it's like awesome. You know, and it's
That's why you do it.
a couple of snook. I lost a couple of big snook, and Bill caught a nice bass. I caught a nice bass. I mean, we did pretty good up there. And like you said, there are a lot of fish up the river. I never really realized. And we're up there.
Place.
Well, we're casting underneath trees into roots. I mean, up there, you know, cypress trees fall over and you know, get right underneath there. And
I like to bump into those trees when I'm coming through there. I like to throw over the tree and then bump into it and jump off of it, because that's when the fish go nuts. I mean, they act like it's something jumping off the log into the river, and
Something
they just
hit the
crash
water.
it.
Well, what are you guys using now? What you were using? You said you're jigging. You using the electric chicken out there?
Yeah, I mean, basically that's what we were messing around with out there. I was throwing different types of Daniels deceivers, you know, just doing prototyping and just messing with that. But Terry was messing with jerk baits and the jig, so he was sticking with that.
Now, how about the jerk baits? Was he doing plastic jerk baits, or did he have a lure? What was he doing?
He does all kinds of stuff. He
mixes
mixes it up pretty much. So I mean, he likes to change lures. That's his. He likes to see what they're going after. So.
Well, how about with the change of season? Are you seeing a different lure, different action, slowing things down?
Well, I'm always looking for the hatch. Whatever bait's in the water, and right now it seems still to be a finger mullet. Seems to be the actual bait of choice right now. I mean, it's just they're everywhere. They're plentiful.
I'm out fishing. I took Ernie sent me a reel. We were showing you the electric chicken. I got it here someplace, but I took it out and I've been playing with it on Spring Lake. You know, just to have some fun with this Spring Lake. Well, first cast I had a snook. Second cast I had a little tarpon. You know, so I had a lot of fun with Spring Lake. There's a lot of small fish and they're hungry, so you could have a good time just trying stuff out.
I grew up there, guys. It's the best place. I mean, I literally, since I've been a little tiny kid, been on Spring Lake.
Yeah. Well, you know,
lots of monsters out there.
There's some big ones. You'll hook into some big fish, and I was sitting, just thinking about it. I'm sitting there throwing this lure out, and I did good, but for some reason, all these tarpon were coming up, and they were rolling over the top of my lure. And they weren't grabbing, they were just rolling over the top of it. And I'm like, what is going? It's driving me nuts. And 3 seconds later, this school of little small mullet come up, and 2 or 3 snook just chop into them, grab right in front of me and take off. I'm like, look at this. I'm trying to fish. The snook come up and eat the bait. What am I doing here? But so, like I say, match the hatch. If I would have had something that looked like a mullet, probably would have did a little better at that time. You know, it's all in the time and what they're eating.
Well, you know what, guys? I finally got a chance to take my young son fishing.
Jake, huh?
Yeah, so, Jake is, I have 2 different boys, okay? My one boy, Colin, is all about the freshwater fishing. He demands it. He says, Dad, when are we going?
Good.
He just called me. I just got off the phone with him. He said, Dad, when are we coming down for me and you to do a really good bass show? Really show him how to tear it up on some bass. I said, you know, when we get through football season and golf season and stuff, I said we'll probably be able to shoot that show a little bit easier, but right now we're getting pounded with the rain so hard that it's hard to get a good show in and actually go out and have some good time. So because he's all the way in Orlando, so we have to plan for that. But me and Jake got out, and he wants to go to saltwater. He says it right away. Dad, there's more species in saltwater, and there's more to catch. There's more to do. There's, you know, he just loves the beach. He loves the sun and all that stuff. And he's like me. He's fair complected. Gets burnt.
Keep him covered.
He burns up in a second. So I took him out to Boca, and as you'll see, we're going to show you some video of what went on out there. But we were using this lure right here, and I didn't have the hooks on it. I just had it as the trout deceiver with the line coming off the bottom of it in a jig. So this is the lure version. That's all we had right now for the show. But I was using the trout deceiver version of it. And
yeah, actually, Bill has the the one with and the one without hooks.
Yes, both.
So it's pretty cool.
They come both ways. So I set the boy up with it, and what you guys don't realize is what a really easy lure for a child to use. I mean, he could see it, he could throw it, nice weight. He could, it was just a lot easier for him to keep connection to a live bait that I had him on. I put a circle jig head, a little 1/8 ounce jig head with a circle hook, and I put that on the bottom of him. So all he had to do was just reel when it went under, and the kid caught oodles of fish. I mean, we caught them, and we caught everything.
Very nice.
Red, snook, trout, ladyfish, you name it. There you'll see them, catfish. I even had a shark come up. We had caught a jack that was probably about this big. And so we sacrificed the Jack's life to go on the shark pole. He didn't like the idea, but he went along with it. He went along with it.
A lot of choice.
So, as I threw him out from the boat out here, and all of a sudden, probably about an 8-9 foot shark comes up and goes surface wild on this thing and attacks it. Goes probably about 10-15 feet and breaks steel leader.
Oh, sure.
Dink! Just breaks it. I'm like, okay, the line just snapped. I get it back in. It's the leader snapped.
Cut right through it.
Wow, it's amazing the strength of those fish. But so we're fishing along there, and all of a sudden, about a 10-foot manatee comes up and starts rubbing on the boat and won't leave us alone. I got some nice footage of that too. But he stayed right with us the rest of the day. He was hanging out with us, kept getting up on the boat and looking at us, chewing on some grass, laying on his back, just sitting there sunning, hanging back. Like if you had a beer, I swear, this manatee would have been hanging out with us.
He was following the floating shade. It's like,
oh, no, that's why I told Jake, I said, man, this is working for him. We got the best shade in town.
Great, so the kid had a great time. That's awesome.
He told me today at the field, we're going fishing again today, right, Dad?
Awesome.
I forgot how much I like that fishing, so.
That's what you, why are kids sitting in front of the TV playing X? Get out there and go fish. Right. Get out in the sun, cover up, but get out in the sun, have a good time.
Take the kid fishing, guys. Get off your butt.
Craziness.
There'll only be a kid once.
So you got jacks, you said?
We got everything. Trout, he got multiple snook, reds, trout, ladyfish. I mean, he just.
Well, what jig were you using with it?
Like I said, matter of fact, it's Captain Dwayne's jigs. Remember? Captain
Dwayne? Is that right?
Yeah, it was one of Captain Dwayne's jigs.
One of those big ones?
No, just a little. I mean, he makes them all different sizes for me. I dropped him off a bunch of lead over there, and at one time,
well, he don't do that now.
He sold it, but when he did do it, he made me a whole bunch of jigs with. We took him a whole bunch of our lead weights and stuff that we had from cast nets and things that we had lead from. And he exchanged us with some jigs.
Awesome.
They got the circle hook on it, so when you're catching, and that's another thing we caught a lot of out there, guys, was mangrove snapper.
That's what everybody loves.
Really nice mangrove snapper. Except for the one bit me on my finger. You got to watch out because they get a little ugly. And he also bit me on my
Yeah, they're like a trout with powerful jaws.
Oh, they were
trout
just
can't really bite,
snapping all over the place.
Can.
He slipped off one hand like this and wham, and nailed me on this hand. And next thing you know, I picked him up with a net, went to go do something, and through the net, he bit me through the net. I'm like, oh man. I said, that's it. We're going to have to eat this one. And I wasn't going to eat any of them either because I was so happy about finally getting a snook.
That's awesome. So now you guys were out, you said around Boca Grande, would you Placida, that area?
Yeah, there's a new bridge out there in Boca Grande. And right around that bridge, there's a lot of bait, guys. I mean, you can almost stand on the bait.
Oh, very good.
I barely chummed 2 seconds and had a ball of bait right up to me through my net. Bang, had the boy. It's just as fun to catch bait with your kid as it is to go fishing because it's all about the fish coming in the boat. They don't care if it's caught on a line or whatever. Sure. This fish starts flopping around your boat. They're like,
it's action.
It's action. They chase it down and put it in the bucket and get it in the live well. It's cool time, and then they want to stay right there because you've already chummed, and now you got ladyfish and catfish. And
everything's coming.
Everything's around your boat, so he's sitting there catching fish. So you'll see a couple of the videos that we were catching some fish right there, and then I told him that we wanted to move, and he's like, oh no. Don't leave a spot when your kid is catching junk fish just because you want to go catch a power fish. Let your kid continue to catch those junk fish.
Enjoy the catfish,
and enjoy the fishing because all they want to do is just reel in a fish. So if they're catching fish in their mind, they don't want to leave. So I had to have a little conflict fight with Jake. When I told him, well, we were talking about the fishing over there in the pass with Jake, and we were catching catfish, we were catching ladyfish, we were catching a bunch of junk fish. We ended up catching a snapper that snapped my fingers off, I mean, it bit me over here, bit me over here before we know it. And I couldn't get Jake to want to move from that spot because he was catching fish. And I understand, when you're catching fish, nobody wants to go home, right?
Sure,
right?
sure.
So I told him, I said, we need to move because I could see the current had started to really pick up. That's why I wanted to move, because the current was starting to really race in that pass. And I knew as the current picked up, we weren't going to have as many opportunities. You can throw your bait in over here and it's going to be over here in 5 seconds.
Yep.
So the law enforcement guy pulled up we talked to him for a few minutes, and so then I talked Jake into leaving. I said, let's go. Let's go to hole number 2.
Yeah.
And so we fired up from there.
They're out there, folks. Law enforcement, you got to be careful because they are out there.
He definitely came by and checked on us. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's doing his job.
Yep.
And he did a very good job, and he was very polite. We left from that spot and went back into Bulls Bay. Okay, now Bulls Bay is one of my favorite territories. I fish there a lot. Okay, I don't fish there a lot anymore because I've been having so much fun up in El Jabin. Sometimes I get lost, I forget to come back. But I fish Bulls Bay a lot in my lifetime, and I've walked around that whole place with my rod above my head, just walking around Bulls Bay, fishing all over the place.
Great fishing back there.
Oh, where's the boat? I don't know. It's about a mile ago that way, But we went in there and stopped at a corner, and every single cast was a fish. So all I did was stand by the bait bucket and bring the boy in, bait his hook up. He was throwing this trout deceiver with a jig head below it. I'd bait up his hook, he would throw it back into an area which was just off the side of an island, and every time he would throw in, we would be filming another fish, which you guys will see on the video.
Beautiful.
It was one after another, snook, trout, everything, redfish. But we sat there and had a great time, and then toward the end of the trip, a nice manatee pulls up on us and just starts rubbing on our boat and loving us, and I got
Cool.
that on video too that you might see.
We're going to go out to the video really quick. Let me just go ahead and run this video, and then we'll be back in just a second when it's done, and probably have to wrap things up. I want to show you some stuff that we're giving away at the website, FishyFins.com, and we'll be back in just a second. So enjoy the video and be good.
All right, folks, here we are right here. We're heading down the road, me and the boy here. We're going fishing. As you guys can see, it's definitely a little cloudy out there. Don't let the rain scare us away. Hopefully the teacher doesn't mind that we're playing a little bit of hooky here. So, it is Friday, but as I told you guys, some of the best fishing is done on the weekdays, not the weekends when everybody's all over you. So, me and Jake are going to go out here to Boca Grande, and we're going to try to get some snappers and maybe some, maybe a tarpon or two or a big snook. You never know what can come out here in Boca. There's a lot of species out there. How many species, Jake? How many species you know?
A lot.
Name me a couple that you know.
Snook, redfish, snapper, lizardfish, bullet, shark.
What's that fish that's like our cat at home?
Catfish.
Oh, yeah, we catch a few of those while we're out there at Boca sometimes.
Cat's pretty fat.
What's that big fish that we normally catch out there with the teeth?
Shark.
All right, well, hey.
I already named that one.
Well, we've caught quite a few fish out here. When Jake was just about 3.5 years old, I took him out here and he caught his first snook. And it just happened to be a really, really nice snook. So,
It was like 46 inches.
wow, I wish it was 46 inches. And
42.
being 3.5 years old, it probably felt like it was that big. But it was about 31 inches, and it was all he could handle. But he wouldn't let me take over to the pole for him. He waved me off, and he ended up getting this fish to come right back to the boat and belly up and jump in our boat because he wanted us to eat him so we could grow up to be big fishermen. So, all right, guys. Next time you see us, we're going to be catching fish. Peace out. Wow. What has Jake got here, folks? What has he got? I'm telling you what, looks like he's got him a nice fish. We're out here at Boca Grande, folks. The day turned out really nice. What do we have here? Bring that thing up here so I can see it. Wow, guys. I think it's our favorite fish of the day. It is Jake's all-time favorite fish to catch. Don't bring it in the boat, but show folks what we got here. A kitty. All right, guys, listen. There's a rule with these. We don't bring them in the boat because these things got some deadly power. Could take you to the hospital real quick. It's real good that you got the right tools. Go ahead and keep it off to the side there, Jake.
Now, it's really good to have, keep it off the side before you break the rod. Okay, so now it's good to have these kind of tools, guys, right here, so you can just reach down here, grab onto it, quickly turn this fish loose without getting near those barbs. Good job, Jakey.
How do they have barbs?
Good job. Got one, folks. Look at him go now. I think it's what we're come for. Oh, it is. Bring that thing in here. Nice. Oh, don't let it, don't get it in the boat. Oh, yeah, we're going to have to measure that thing. We're going to have to measure. Don't let it get over here by me. It'll bite me. I'm scared of those things. Oh, man. Good job, Jake. Looks like a barracuda right there. Did you see that barracuda? Okay, let's see how long it is here. Get that out of my way.
Right off.
Nice little fish here. That's what we're coming for today, folks. Mangrove snappers. Nice, nice.
Look at its teeth.
Yeah, it's got lots of teeth, don't it?
Oh.
Look at those teeth, folks. Oh, pretty, pretty. What we got here, folks? Looks like a maybe a trout. Hold on, slow down with that thing there, boy. Slow down with that thing. Let me see here. Nice, nice.
This is actually your fish.
All right, guys.
It's actually your fish. You gave the whole to me.
All right, well, you know, that's what you do when you're out with juniors. Hand off your pole, let them have some fun. It's a cute little trout, not very big. That's nice. Folks, I don't know what it is, but it is a little snap-ahead. That's what we came here, folks. Look at that. That thing's coming right out of the Gulf. Look how, what is it? You think it's a record? Wow. See what you got here. Keep connected. Oh, nice snook. Okay, slowly reel. Slowly reel. Nice job, kid. Good job. All right, bring that thing up. Everybody loves snook. As you guys can see, we're using the Daniel's Deceiver trout deceiver, and we've deceived a snook. Look at that bad boy.
Yes.
Nice.
I got the biggest fish of the day.
Good job. Yeah, that is the biggest fish of the day. I'm totally not gonna. Here, give her a kiss.
Ew.
All right, guys. Nice.
Are we gonna keep it?
Nice. Well,
Is it
it's
big
a
enough?
little too small. All right. Well, let's get you another bait out there.
I saw it waiting.
Okay. Yeah. I said, ooh, yummy.
Doing some casting we did.
I think my thing's still filming here.
I think your powder pull fell off. Dad, I think your powder pull fell off or something like that.
All right. Here we are, guys. We're using a nice little bait like that, little pilcher white bait.
That's a big one.
Oh, nice. There we go. Where you got? Come on, come on.
What is he, a snook?
Snook. It's a snook. Yeah, I'm recording it. Woo, nice snook, dude.
Tail walk.
Yeah, tail walk. Boy, it got me. I seen him taking off on that bad boy. Bring him over here to me. Bring him that way with your rod. Bring him right on here. Bring your rod towards me. Bring your rod. There you go.
Not a keeper.
Good job.
That's a keeper.
Boy, it's getting close.
Not?
We're getting close. A lot nicer though. Wow, they're getting bigger, folks. They're definitely getting bigger.
See a snook today.
Told you we're going the right. Stop pumping. Stop pumping. Keep your rod connected. Bring him on in here so we can make something happen with him.
Lost all of his energy out.
Let's get him. Bring him up here. Come on, reel him up here. I want to see what he looks like. Wow, guys, looks like a trout.
Oh, it's a
Bring
snook.
it up here.
Oh, it's a redfish.
No, it's a trout.
Oh, it is a trout.
Well, the trout deceiver's working, folks. It deceived a trout. Nice trout, Jakey. Nice trout, kid. Oh, you don't want to kiss that. Look at those fangs. Oh, good job, kid. Bring him in, Jakey. Bring him this way to me. Oh, look at that. Awesome. Good job. Keep the rod tip out there in front of him. you go. Nice. Good job.
They saw it. They saw it happen. Okay, that's like my 80th fish.
Oh, another snook. Wow, kid, you are going nuts today with the snook. Oh, here it is again. Here it is again. Come on, loosen it up. Wow. There we go. What do we got? What do you got here, Jakey Do? Bring him up here. Let's see what you got here, kid. Oh, nice snapper. Nice keeper. Bring it in here, kid. Nice. Bring it right to me. Just bring it right to me. Bring it right to me. Thank you. Set him down.
Yes. I got a keeper fish. I got the first keeper fish.
I think it is.
Well, we probably got a lot of keeper fish.
He's close to being a keeper, but he's nice. It's definitely a keeper.
Are we gonna keep it? Maybe I can keep it.
No, you know what?
Huh?
No, we're not gonna keep it.
My dad's got bit by like 2 snappers today. Daddy, you still recording?
I don't know. You have to look and see if the red light's blinking.
Yes.
It is? Yeah, I know. What's up with that? Watch out for your bobber, okay? Because my guy's, he's acting funny. Guys, this spot is just loaded up with some nice little snook and a little bit of everything. That's what happens when you guys live in paradise here, folks.
Snook.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna catch all kinds of good fish here. I mean, excellent fishing though. One after another.
Probably a keeper.
One after another snook. Nice. They're perfect though, guys. Look at
This
that.
is gonna make a perfect kid fishing spot.
Oh, how you doing? He broke me off in the boat.
In the boat at least.
Well, he's down here chilling, folks.
Chilling like a villain. You get him?
Yeah, he got a little in behind the system here.
Is he a keeper?
I don't even know what he did with the hook.
Well,
I don't see the hook anywhere.
the hook's probably down there.
Yeah, he's gone. All right, good job there, Chilla villain. It's like a big old pit bull. Look at him, folks.
Oh, I scream so loud.
Well, hey, where else can you go out and see a big old manatee right beside the boat like that? Look at that. See that, folks? Look at that.
God.
Look at him.
Awesome,
They're
man.
so friendly.
I mean, that's great. Going out with a kid, like I said, catching anything. I mean, they're on snapper, they're on everything. Even a catfish is fun.
Oh man, well, you know what? The boy looked at me and he just said, "I can't believe that I don't go fishing all the time, Dad. I love this." And he, got on the football game today and he said to me right away, "We're going fishing, right, Dad? We're going fishing." I mean, he's got the bug, guys, and that's all it takes. And spending that quality time with the son, and as you guys will see, it was good time, no matter what,
Well, those are the ones you remember. I mean, you really, all the times you go to school as a kid, things you get on you remember the great days out fishing with Dad, getting out on the water, having a good time. So that's awesome, man. Glad to hear it. Now, I did want to show you guys some products really quick. Picked up this Pile camera, high definition, 1080p. Paid $50 for it at eBay, brand new. It comes with a waterproof case, ready to go. Comes with a remote, ready to go. You don't have to pay extra for any of this. Comes with it, $50 I paid. Here's a camera. Great little camera. A little bit bigger, a little bit heavier than the GoPro. Here's a GoPro Hero 3. This is Chris's camera.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier.
A little less pricey though. This one's
little
like
less
$300
pricey.
after
Yep.
you get done with the accessories and things with this baby.
This is $50. So really for the money, a lot of time on it. I put a 32 gigabyte card in there so I can get like 4 hours of recording
We've showed
time.
video with that a couple different times.
Great
Definitely
video.
on the video when you see us me and Frankie both switching off with videos. You're seeing my GoPro, and you're seeing
The
you're
pile.
seeing my perspective, and then you're seeing his perspective. You're seeing the pile camera.
Yep, so you know, the video is comparable. The GoPro has a little better audio, I think, but as far as video goes, I think they're very almost identical in video. Great quality for 50 bucks, can't beat it. So always look for a good deal. Get a camera, no reason not to record your fishing. And also we're giving away the mosquito hats on the website
there you
too. So
go.
yeah, you pull it over like you're
That's right.
gonna go out on the rice paddies
There
and do a
you
little
go.
rice
No,
paddy
no.
farming. Hey, there it is.
Listen, guys, when we're talking about this kid fishing thing,
We're in Florida,
listen,
let me tell you.
well, us big boys can handle the bugs a little bit longer than juniors can.
Yep.
And if you stick that little thing on Junior's head, you might get a couple more minutes of fishing out there when you're out there snook fishing late at night.
And we're also giving these away. This is that little thing goes under the hat. Even turn it.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
Woo.
whoa. Yeah, that's why I said you might not want to show the...
Oh, then it blinks. I guess if you have an emergency, it'll blink for you.
Oh, nice.
Call 911.
Please help me. Help me. I caught no fish.
The game warden's coming, run.
It's a nice little thing. It goes, right up underneath the cap like that. Boom, clips
Yep.
on. It's, perfect. Everywhere you look, you're going to have a nice light to see when you're on the boat. So,
Well, even if you're doing a lot of the tournaments now, or picture tournaments, so at night if you're out there fishing in a kayak, you gotta get a picture of it. The easy way to get a quick picture with your cell phone camera.
most definitely, because
and
I tell
lights
you
it
what,
up.
that one thing about
That's a
the
bright
last week's
bugger.
video, the tarpon video, I was running out of light really quick, and I wished I would have had a light camera thing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're giving these
Because-
away. Just FishyFins.com. Register to win one. And matter of fact, our last one, if you guys get a chance, check out the Brevard County fishing reports in Facebook. And we have a lot of raffles we do there, free giveaways. You just got to be a member of Brevard County fishing reports. Great group in Facebook. And I guess we better wrap it up. I hear it's storming out
Yeah,
there,
oh
so
no,
it's
starting
coming
to,
down.
starting to rip it.
That time of the year, folks. So, hey, Chris, thank you, bud. I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Great
okay.
video, man. Awesome. We'll be back in about a week.
See you guys.
DanielsDeceivers.com.
Go fishing. Take your kids fishing, guys.
Take your kids fishing.
Take a
Get
neighbor
up, take
kid
the family.
fishing. Who cares?
MrWiffle.com. Hey, Skip, thank you, buddy. Send us a sign. Awesome. We put it up behind us.
It
We're
is.
actually going to have things set up a little bit better. I just built this table today, so we're going to make it prettier.
Skip, I think we're going to need one of those red, white, and blue lures. I like it.
I like that. Isn't that cool? We
I
get
think that'd be-
patriotic fish.
I think we'll have a patriotic. We'll have the all-American bait.
I'm all for it. So, yeah, we'll see you guys in about a week. We'll have some fresh video and probably some new stuff we're going to be doing too. So, y'all be good. Get out, go fishing, be safe, and see ya.
See you. Peace out.